You're not lazy. I want you to hear that first, because you've probably told yourself that story so many times. It doesn't even hurt anymore. It just feels true, like something you've accepted, like a fact about who you are. But it's not a fact. It's a conclusion you drew from a pattern you never chose. And that's a very different thing. Because if you're watching this, you already know something is off. You feel it in the morning when you wake up and already feel behind. You feel it at night when you lie down and run the mental math of everything you didn't do. You feel it in those quiet moments when nobody's watching and you're doing something you don't even want to be doing, but you can't stop. That's not laziness. That's a nervous system that has learned that stillness is safer than movement, that rest is safer than risk, that numbing is safer than feeling. And it learned that because at some point, trying hurt. Maybe it hurt a lot. It doesn't just drain your energy, it rewires your relationship with effort. You start to associate doing things with pain, with failure, with the version of you that tried and it didn't work out. So your brain, the most sophisticated survival machine ever built, starts protecting you from that. Every time you approach something that matters, it pulls you back. Not because you're broken, because it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Protect you. The problem is, it can't tell the difference between a threat and a goal. It just feels the resistance and it says, stop. You feel relief for about 30 seconds and then you feel something else. That quiet weight, that low hum of disappointment that sits in your chest, not loud enough to scream, just loud enough to remind you. You know that feeling. You've probably learned to live with it, to carry it around, like it's just part of being you. But it's not part of you. It's feedback. It's the part of you that still believes something better is possible. Your brain believes that you are someone who stops, someone who almost, someone who tries for a while and then goes back. Not because it's mean, but because that's the evidence you've given it over and over. And the brain is a pattern machine. It believes what it sees repeated. So what do you do with that? You don't fight it. Fighting your own brain is exhausting, and it never works long term. You interrupt it. There's a moment, and you know exactly the one I'm talking about, the moment right after the day is done. Right when you finally have space. Right when the decision is yours. That moment is where the pattern lives. Every time you lose that moment, you teach your brain one more time that this is who we are. Every time you win it, even slightly, even imperfectly, you introduce doubt into the pattern. And doubt is where change begins. You need one thing, to do something small in that moment when every part of you says don't, not something big, not something impressive, something that just breaks the loop. Stand up, walk to the other room, drink a glass of water, open the document, and write one sentence. One thing. That's not about productivity. That's about sending your brain a different message. The message that says, we don't always stop here anymore. It's going to feel wrong at first. It's going to feel forced, like you're going through motions, like it's not real. Good. That feeling is the pattern resisting. That discomfort is the cost of rewiring. It doesn't happen in big dramatic moments. It happens in the small ones. Nobody sees. The moment you stood up when you didn't want to. The moment you started when it wasn't perfect. The moment you chose differently when everything in you said don't. Those moments don't feel like progress. They feel like nothing. But they are everything. You've been tired for a long time. Not just physically. Tired of feeling like you're almost there. Tired of starting over. Tired of knowing what you're capable of and watching yourself not do it. That tiredness is real. I'm not dismissing it, but underneath that tiredness, there's still something that brought you here. Still something in you that hasn't given up. And that thing, that quiet, stubborn thing that keeps coming back, that's not weakness. That's the most important thing about you. Don't let it down. You don't need a new plan. You need the next moment. That's it. Just the next one. And if this reached something in you, don't close this and move on. Sit with it.